Hello and welcome to episode 2 of Three Mark Boys.
We made it.
We made it. It's happening again.
We didn't forget.
We're back, boys and girls. Alright, as per usual, we are your three Mark Boys. I'm Max.
I'm Khali.
I'm Brock.
And thank you for tuning in for our second episode. Today we're going to make a start on what we'll regularly be talking about. So our first segment is going to be hosted by Brock.
Yes, the indie Mark himself.
And he's going to be talking about
Mostly Japan.
Lots of Japan.
and the indies. Our second segment is going to be hosted by me, and we're going to be chatting about what happened over Raw and SmackDown over the week. I didn't get a chance to watch NXT or 205, so unfortunately we're going to be skipping those.
And our third segment is going to be hosted by me, Khali, and it is a brief rundown, or a start of our rundown, on the history of Evolution in WWE.
Starting with one of the greatest matches of all time.
Started with just a beatdown.
Yeah, so should be pretty
Classic
exciting. Alright, so we might as well move into our first part, which
Yes.
over to you, Brock.
Japan. We currently have Tag League on. It's pretty early on. No one's really breaking away.
Yeah. So can you explain to me how the tag league works?
Well, as you can see on our little cheat sheet that we have,
Yeah.
there's 2 blocks.
Yeah.
And there's 8 teams per block. So we count those two.
Quick maths.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so basically, it's about 20 or so days of tag matches. The top 2 teams from each block will go face each other, and you win tag league and you go for the title.
Oh, cool.
So this year's got a very interesting amount of different arrangement of teams. A lot of
I can see quite a few names
A lot
on
of
there that I
Westerners
recognise.
coming in. My personal favourite is Juice Robinson and Sammy Callahan.
Yeah.
Death Machine.
Death Juice.
Death Juice. I
Death
love
Juice.
that name. They are at 6 points at the moment. They've lost 1 match, which is very surprising because
Who did they lose to?
I believe they lost to Bullet Club. So,
Okay.
Bad Luck Fale and Chase Owens.
Yeah.
Well, there's also Hangman Page and Yujiro Takahashi.
Yeah, that's going to be real interesting because Bullet Club, when they have matches against each other, it's either really funny or it teases some
Yeah.
breakup kind of thing.
Disintention, yeah.
But yeah, also Chuck Taylor, we talked about him last week about how you and me became friends over him. He's made his New Japan debut with his best friend, who's a heavyweight now, Trent Beretta. And they're looking a lot good, but the crowd does not like them. There was a fan poll, and they were the last team in the poll.
Oh, that's hard to
Yeah.
hear, actually.
It kind of sucks since I'm.
Did that
I
break
love
your
it.
heart?
Yeah, but they hugged it out. That was fine.
They're a fairly new team in the New Japan.
They're doing
though,
surprisingly well. They're also at 6 points with 1 loss, and the 1 loss was to the tag team champions. So
That's pretty
and,
good, then.
and that was the Killer Elite squad, which is Lance Archer and Davey Boy Smith,
Or as you may know him in WWE, David Hart Smith.
David Hart Smith from the what was that team name?
The
Hart Dynasty.
Hart Dynasty,
He's
yeah.
gone on for much better things, and he looks so much like his dad. It's terrifying.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're the current tag champions, and they're the favourites to win it right now.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's still very early on. No one's breaking away, so you can't really talk much about it. Another thing is my pick to win, like the entire thing, is Jeff Cobb and Michael Elgin.
Okay.
Um,
I can see on the standings at the moment they're only sitting on 4
Yeah.
points, while there are 4 teams in their group sitting on 6. Why do you say they're your pick to win?
well, Michael Elgin is a former Intercontinental Champion, and he's always been on like the verge of breaking through. And I don't know if you know much about Lucha Underground,
No, not really. I'm not very well versed.
but they the former champion was Tunza, I believe his name,
Yeah, tons of.
and that's Jeff Cobb, and
Okay.
he is something you've never seen before. He's a big guy who just throws people and jumps like a cruiserweight. And his first match, crowd fucking loved it. So even after this, he's going places.
Yeah.
But they're my sleeper pick to win.
Okay.
There's not many people who are really thinking about them.
Yeah. Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, still early on, so
Yeah, well, I mean...
couple of weeks, there should be some more people breaking through.
Okay. So it's still a couple of weeks till the finals.
Yeah.
Yeah, alright.
It's all basically a lead up to the end of the year.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
Which is all just a lead up to Wrestle Kingdom.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I guess that's the major show of New Japan. So
Yeah, and speaking of Wrestle Kingdom, I've just wanted to go through some of the major matches currently announced,
on the
and
roster, yeah,
just get you guys some opinions on. Obviously, big one for us, Kenny Omega versus Chris Jericho, or Alpha versus Omega, as they are billing it.
yeah.
Huge surprise. No one saw this coming ever. Like,
I definitely did not. I heard that Chris was planning on having him and Omega as the main event for the cruise, which is not till October next year. So when I heard that, I was like, oh, that'd be pretty cool. I haven't seen a lot of Kenny Omega, but I know he's very well touted as an amazing wrestler. And obviously, having those two 6-star bouts with Okada earlier in the year.
That was fun.
And while I never found the time to watch them, I really wish I had.
If you do,
and I still like to be able to.
If you do find the time, I recommend watching the second one, the 60-minute draw, because the storytelling at the end of the match is just amazing. It's like you can tell how exhausted they are and how much they're trying to put each other away, but neither of them have the strength to hit their biggest moves.
Yeah.
Or sometimes, like, when Kenny just doesn't have the strength to stand up when Okada tries to hit him or something.
Yeah, that was amazing.
Like, they're really good at storytelling, which...
Well, they're gonna have to go back to that feud at one stage. Because they got one win apiece and
yeah. So that'll be kind of, I guess the match that will be very highly anticipated.
That'll be the match that we
are
watching. But, also, the match most people in Japan are paying much attention to is for the IWP Heavyweight title, Okada, Naito.
Yeah, and
such a story about this is insane.
I don't know a whole lot of wrestlers from New Japan, but I do know about Okada, obviously, as the champion, and he's been reigning for quite a long time now.
He's the longest reign.
And Naito was somebody else that really caught my attention because he was such a fucking asshole to that Intercontinental title, and that made me cringe so much watching him throw that around. As a wrestling fan,
the story behind this whole thing is amazing.
Yeah,
it goes back 4 years ago.
Mm.
He won the G1, which is a tournament, like basically the Royal Rumble for them.
Yeah,
he won the G1, and the crowd didn't accept him as the new top babyface.
Yeah,
so they voted him out of the main event of Wrestle Kingdom. So, and he lost his world title match to Okada. And then after that, he left. He had one more year doing basically nothing. Had a match with AJ Styles at Wrestle Kingdom 9, lost again. After that, he went to Mexico.
Yeah.
And that's where he started tagging with La Sombra, or CM, as we know him now.
Oh, okay.
So CM brought him into LIJ, or I can't pronounce it, Los Ingobernables.
It's Spanish for the Ungovernables.
Yeah, so Naito was brought into that team. And then after a few months in Mexico, he came back to Japan with a whole new attitude that he has of just not caring what anyone
Not
thinks.
giving a shit, yeah.
Tranquilo.
Yeah, and because of that, fans started to like him.
Yeah.
Then he had more success, brought more of the Japanese guys into his stable, into his Japanese section of the stable. And then he won titles and, destroyed them. Because he was like, I don't need this. I don't care about what you people want.
Well, that's the thing. Like, I'm usually, even in TV shows, and I've always been this way, but I really like the antagonists because I feel like they have so much more character to them than the protagonist. And the protagonist, to be fair, is for you to reflect yourself on, which I never was really a big fan of doing. But this guy actually made me hate him when I first saw him.
He destroyed that title.
I hated that. I hated seeing that. But I'm honestly really excited for this match. And, as somebody that's not really a big fan of New Japan, this match has really caught my attention.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be... I reckon Kenny and Chris are going to have a great match, but this match will be massive.
Yeah.
Like, the only other match might be the Fatal 4-Way with the junior division, but still, this is about Naito's... This is going to be Naito's crowning moment, because he's finally accepted the crowd that they like him again.
Yeah.
And he's now saying that he's the top face again, and he's like top star.
Yeah.
Because he feels appreciated now. So this is going to be, hopefully, his crowning moment to finally take down Okada's longest reigning ever title reign in New Japan history.
Yeah. Wow, that's
Yeah.
That's definitely seems to be the match to watch. That's not Kenny and Chris. Yeah, but might move on to some of the other ones if you want.
Yeah,
talk about
we
them.
have, everyone knows Hiroshi Tanahashi,
Yeah.
the ace of New Japan. Basically brought the company back from the brink of destruction throughout the odds. He's going against Jay White. And Jay White is a young lion who's just come back from excursion. And he's been everyone's had his eye on him when he was a young lion. He just seemed to like stand out a bit. So yeah, he went on excursion, went to Ring of Honor. He had a few matches with Will Ospreay, really good. But he's come back as Switchblade.
Okay.
And his whole thing is he's going to destroy Tanahashi's legacy and make his own. And simple feud. I'm really excited. I hope Jay White wins. I really like it.
Simple storytelling, but always effective.
Also from New Zealand.
He's a Kiwi.
Yeah, he's a Kiwi.
That immediately makes him the heel.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, fuck this guy now. Alright, you had me until you said that.
A lot of people are bringing up the fact that he does look like a skinny Kenny Omega, the way he dresses.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. So
well, everything I've seen of the way Kenny Omega dresses, it's just pants.
Basically the same.
But with the leather jacket on top?
No, I've never seen Kenny wear a jacket.
Yeah, his entrance has
I mean, I'm sure you guys have, but as I said, I haven't seen as much as you. But I've never seen him with anything on his top part. He likes to get his guns out. So, I mean, look, if I looked like him, I probably would as well.
Also,
yeah,
another
I wouldn't wear a shirt.
I wouldn't own shirts.
Yeah.
Another interesting thing is with Japan, everyone's in a faction basically. Jay White's in no factions, so everyone's wondering who is he going to be aligned with.
Yeah, he's kind of the.
Is he?
I hate to say this term, but he's kind of the lone wolf.
Yeah.
Of New Japan.
He is the Baron Corbin.
Yeah, no, that's what I didn't want him to be.
I mean, he does. His nickname is the Switchblade, and he has a necklace with the Switchblade on it.
That's almost as edgy as Baron Corbin stuff. Alright, well, moving on to the next one. One of my actual favourite indie wrestlers is the current champion, the current IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion.
The villain?
The villain himself.
Marty Scurll, yes. This is really, really cool because it's not just a singles match, the Junior Heavyweight title. It's always been a single match. It's something different. It's a fatal four-way, which you never see in Japan. And
unless it's for the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Titles and it's a
yeah,
Wrestle Kingdom.
which is always a Wrestle Kingdom, always opening the show.
Yeah.
Always has the Young Bucks in it.
Yeah.
But this is really interesting because the story here has been hilarious. So you got four guys. So you got Marty Scurll, Hiromu Takahashi, Kushida, who is considered the ace of the junior division, and Will Ospreay, who just lost the title to Marty Scurll. So the title's been bouncing around between Ospreay, Kushida, and Skull for the past couple of months. And so they've been leading up to, like, they're all challenging each other. Like, someone will win, someone else will come out and challenge for the title.
And then win.
And so on.
Yeah.
But every time somebody came out to challenge, Takahashi would as well. But they'd always beat him up before he said anything. So, like, he'd come out, grab a microphone, go to say something, and Will Ospreay would punch him in the face. And then,
so he's been the bitch of this feud.
Yeah, and then Ospreay will win the title.
Yeah.
And then Marty Scurll will come out, challenge Ospreay for the title, then Takahashi will come out, and then Skull will break his fingers. And he would just get out of the ring.
Yeah.
And then Skull will win the title. And then they all came out, and Takahashi came out with a helmet, he had gloves on, he had protective padding on, just to protect himself from being hurt. So he grabbed the mic and he challenged for the title, and he finally got his challenge. So that's that story.
Again, very simple storytelling, but very effective as well.
Yeah, this is great. Takahashi he's awesome.
It sounds like a very good way to build up a proper fatal four-way match, and as you said, they don't have a lot in New Japan. So
it'd be very interesting
when they do have them, I guess it's always meaningful. So yeah, they've done a really good job by the sounds of it.
Yeah,
it's a good way to build it without having like it seem like, oh, he's just the champion and 3 other random guys who are going to have a match because they can. Like, it's it's at least two different feuds that have been happening for over a year. Like Takahashi and Kushida were basically feuding for the entire last year. Skrull and Ospreay are basically feuding
forever. Rev Pro, all that.
Yeah,
Progress.
all over England and now in Japan.
Yeah, I was going to say they're both from England, so
Yeah, the story with them as well is Skull always beats Ospreay.
yeah.
Like that's how our Skull beat Ospreay.
Oh, so he's the Kevin Owens to Will's Sami Zayn.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I guess to put that as a more popular duo.
Yeah.
Quote unquote popular. I mean, obviously nobody can dispute the popularity of the Bullet Club.
Oh,
They're so well. It's insane. That's
Yeah.
why they sell merch at Hot
And-
Topic.
And the last match to talk about would be for the Ring of Honor World Title. Cody.
Oh, so the Ring of Honor World Title is being defended at Wrestle Kingdom.
It's been defended the last 2 years, I believe.
Yeah.
Last year, Adam Cole won it, and the year before that, Jay Lethal defended it against.
Yes. I can't remember either.
Yeah. Anyway, so we got Ring of Honor World Title on the line. Cody Rhodes, if we're allowed to say that, I don't know. Versus Kota Ibushi.
Vince, please don't sue us.
Vince, if you're for some reason listening to this,
Stop.
Hire me, please. I will make sure all of your matches make sense.
but yeah, we have Cody versus Kota Ibushi, which was just announced, and it's Kota Ibushi is one of the greatest wrestlers going today, and Cody is Cody.
Yeah, he's he's been a very entertaining talent since leaving the WWE, and even while he was there, always made good. The famous saying, I guess. I don't know if this is famous in any other place in the world, but we always refer to him as making chicken salad out of chicken shit.
Yeah.
And all of the roads doing that.
Yeah, it's great, and the American Nightmare gimmick that he has is really it's a cool nod as well to the American Dream. His dad.
Yeah.
He's trying to take it in a different direction.
Take it a different twist, and while he knows that Dusty is quite a popular figure and like a very well looked up to figure in the wrestling community, he's kind of taken it and made his own twist on it.
And with Kota Ibushi, everybody wanted Kota versus Kenny for the US title because of their former tag team.
Yeah.
The Golden Lovers. They were pretty good. But yeah, everyone wanted that, and they've been teasing that for God knows how long, ever since they split. But with Triss coming in, you got to jump on that shit.
Yeah.
So Kota's going against Cody. I don't think he'll win, but he will definitely put on a great match.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's Japan at the moment.
Well, definitely sounds pretty exciting.
Yeah.
It's definitely got me hyped now for Wrestle Kingdom, even though we were going to be watching Wrestle Kingdom anyway. Now I'm really excited.
Gotta get those nachos out like we do every year.
Yeah.
Make them bigger.
If anybody
I
has
don't
any
know how we can beat
suggestions for what we can put in our Wrestle Kingdom nachos,
I don't know how we could beat last year.
hit us up in the comments.
Or what we should do for them. Because last year we just made a lot.
So,
It's big.
Well, speaking of Cody, we also have the Ring of Honor final pay-per-view in the works. Final battle.
Final battle.
Cody will be defending his world title again against Dalton Castle, which is
So, is this before or after Wrestle Kingdom?
this is before.
Okay.
So
So this
it'll
is in
be-
December, isn't it? The final battle?
Yes.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see if Cody loses the title and Dalton Castle goes to Wrestle Kingdom.
Yeah. I like I said, I don't watch a whole lot of the indies. I mean, I obviously will know a lot of guys that are former WWE or TNA guys. I did watch a bit of TNA back in the day. But Dalton Castle is someone that hasn't been to either of those, and the only episode of Ring of Honor that I watched, he was in it, and I immediately loved him.
Yeah, he's amazing.
He has so much charisma and such an out there gimmick that you just can't help but like him.
Yeah, he's great, and the story they've had so far, Cody, he's been trying to challenge Cody for the title for a long time, and I believe he got injured, so kind of put that out of the works.
Put on hold for a
And
bit.
then I believe it was the last pay-per-view show they had. Let's see what the name was. Cody was cutting the promo after he defended the title, like there was a 2-night thing.
He was death before Dishonor?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, he didn't have a match, so he was cutting the promo in the ring, and he was like, because he now has the Ring of Honor. So he has a ring, and he goes up to people to kiss the ring.
Oh, yeah.
Because, he's royalty.
Which is also his new shirt.
Yeah, it's great. Oh, sorry. So good. Anyway, so he cut in the promo, blah, blah, shitting on Roman Reigns. It was great. Said, do you want to bring somebody from the crowd, have a photo, and kiss the ring? So he walked around, and he saw a guy in a ski mask. And if you watch Being in Elite, you know that's an inside joke.
Yeah.
So he brings him into the ring. Guy in a ski mask. He's all freaking out. He doesn't know how to get into the ring. He's trying to like go under the second rope, but he slips. So he goes under the first rope. So he gets in the ring. They have a photo, and while Cody is holding the camera up to their faces, rips the ski mask off. Dalton Castle crowd goes insane because they've been waiting for him to challenge the title for so long, like nearly 2 years now.
Yeah.
So yeah, that sets up the match. He attacks him, and yeah, don't know who's gonna win, but with Cody going to Wrestle Kingdom, I reckon he'll retain.
Yeah, but I mean, as you said, this is kind
Yeah,
of
you never know.
it kind of has been 2 years in the works, and depending on how they want to take it, they could definitely build it a bit further, especially if Cody's got this match coming up at Wrestle Kingdom that they've already teased. But yeah, it could definitely go either way.
Yeah, well, I'm looking forward to it.
Mm.
And you got a pretty normal card, a lot of singles tag matches. Motor City Machine Guns defending their titles against Best Friends, who are in the tag league at the moment.
Oh yeah.
And I believe Motor City is a big thing for Khalil.
Yeah, they were probably one of my favourite tag teams of all time, and that's solely from watching lots of episodes of TNA for no reason.
So yeah, they're defending their titles against Best Friends, Beretta and Chucky T, and every Motor City Machine Gun tag match is always a highlight.
Yeah.
You can't miss them.
Well, I mean, they've been around for this long, and they were always very well touted when they were in TNA as well. And I always heard a lot about them. So yeah, I'm sure that they'll put on a really good match.
They just reformed a few months ago. And
It was like it was about 6 months ago.
Yeah.
And it was weird because they refused to start with, and then they ended up reforming, and it was just good.
So yeah, that's Ring of Honor, and just want to quickly go through PWG, who just released their All-Star Extravaganza preview videos. Just want to point out Adam Brooks and Jonah Rock from Australia making their PWG debuts.
Good on them.
Jonah Rock.
Jonah Rock, sorry, his second appearance.
Second match.
Both had really great matches. They had a match against each other on the second night, and I don't know the results because it was spoiler free.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was great for those guys. That's a huge boost for them.
No, that's awesome. And I mean, like as Australians ourselves, we always support Australian wrestlers. A lot of us were really disappointed when Emma got released. Both are like I remember one of my highlights of going to see NXT last year was getting to see TM61 at the airport and talking to them about just having a bit of interstate rivalry, like interstate banter, where they said they were sorry that we're from Tasmania.
I would be too.
Yeah, look, if I was them, I also would be sorry for us.
Hey, what are they doing though? We have a podcast. They don't wrestle.
We ain't wrestling either.
Yeah,
they're from Perth. That's not any better.
And not even the good Perth.
Yeah, not even Perth, Tasmania.
No,
absolutely good.
Which
Perth.
Nobody knows exists.
Yeah.
But yeah, like so. Good luck to Adam and Jonah.
Yeah, it was really good. And PWG is such a huge stage.
It's a huge deal.
Yeah,
in America. It's not a huge audience or a big arena.
The tickets sell out.
Tickets,
gone.
It's
They sell out every time I put tickets up, they sell out like basically instantly.
They don't have to announce a card.
No.
For tickets to sell out.
You just know it's when
I think they announced a match.
Yeah.
And that's it. People are like, yeah, cool. I already know I'm going to see like these talents because they're pretty much at every show. Probably going to see all of the champions. So at the moment, like. The Lucha Brothers, I think, are still PWG tag champs. So you get to see Pentagon,
and Beast.
Yeah.
Like, really entertaining matches they put on. And you just get this really good mash of just styles that you can, like, I'm not a fan of this style. Cool, wait a match. And, look, different style.
It's always. They always give them time to breathe as well.
Yeah.
And also, in the main event, on day 2, Ricochet, it's kind of sad for us. We brought up Chuck Taylor again. He was the current PWG champion. First time after so many years of just being in the company and being loyal. He lost his world title to Ricochet. He trained him, didn't he?
No, I don't think so. But they've been best friends since like they started wrestling.
So yeah, he lost his world title, and Ricochet is playing this heel character in PWG now because people are like, why are you still here? Keep doing the same thing. Go to WWE or Japan and go win titles there for God's sake.
Yeah. But yeah, well, I guess congratulations to Ricochet then.
Yeah, well, good for him.
I know you're not so happy about that being
really.
a Chuck T fan. Alright. So
Yeah, that's indie wrestling in a nutshell at the moment. Everything's building towards a bigger thing. So
yeah.
once
Sounds
we
like-
get there, we'll have a lot more to talk about.
Yeah, sounds like some really big events building up for the end of this year and the start of next year.
Yeah.
Sounds really exciting. Well, we might move on to a bit of Raw and SmackDown this week. So there was... I watch the shows every week, so I always think that there's a lot to talk about, and I enjoy pretty much every segment because I like watching talent grow. But we had to cut it down because we don't have that much time. So the one thing that this was my favorite thing from Raw, and we're going to start off with this one, was Roman Reigns versus Elias. Elias is one of my favorite up-and-comers at the moment. I love how Corey Graves rips on him all the time. I love that Booker T loves him.
Michael Cole
And Michael Cole loves him as well.
So that makes you hate him even more.
Yeah, exactly. I love that he comes out and he gets a massive pop with his Who Wants to Walk with Elias, and then instantly makes the crowd hate him. With whatever he says afterwards.
But also with that, when Corey shits on him, he doesn't shit on him as a wrestler. He shits on him as a musician.
Exactly.
Like,
and as a person.
yeah,
just a human being.
Well, Corey always acknowledges Elias' skill in the ring. He always says, I don't deny Elias' skill in the ring, but fuck that guy.
exactly. Like, it's kind of, it's the way that you should have a face commentator.
Yeah.
Like, you shouldn't have, like, JBL with Dissension. Like, where he's like, no, these guys are just discount, discount Road Warriors and Demolition combined. It's like, you shouldn't say that. Because
Way
it doesn't
to
build,
kill your talent, JBL.
yeah, it doesn't build them. It just kind of, you're saying that to make yourself look better. Which you don't need to do.
No. Alright, so in this, what happened on Raw was that Roman opens the show, talks about how he won the title last week from The Miz. The Miz Taraj comes out to Miz's music, which everyone actually popped for, because everyone loves to hate The Miz. And the Miz Taraj come out, Axel still rocking the neck brace. I love it.
He did get a beat down.
Well,
How many
it
months
really
has he had
sells... It really sells Miz's injury, actually, because he got put through the announce table by Strowman, or Axel got put through the announce table by Strowman, and then Miz gets triple powerbomb through the announce table, and it puts him out. So because, Axel's still wearing this neck brace, it makes it quite believable that Miz could be out for this. So I really like the story continuality there, actually. But Axel and Dallas pretty much come out and say, fuck you, Roman. And say that they have somebody that is, while the Miz that may not be here to take the title back, they have someone that will, and they bring out Elias. And I was really excited to see him out, because like I mentioned before, he's one of my favourite up-and-comers at the moment. He's very entertaining, and he just makes the crowd hate him. But anyway, he has a bit of they have a bit of back and forth with Roman, before Roman accepts, the match for later in the night. So later in the night, when the match comes on, Elias has a really long opening segment. He sings a song for The Miz, and then gets Axel and Dallas to chime in with harmonica. I don't know if you guys saw that, but and at first I didn't realize they were doing that, and I was looking at Bo playing this harmonica, and I was like, "Holy shit! This guy is more than just conspiracy theories." Yeah. And then it kind of
it got the longer it along, the more cheesy it was.
Yeah. But I really liked that. I thought it was really cool. Brought out a bit of character from the Miz Taraj that we hadn't seen before, and from Elias as well. He seems to
have friends.
Yeah, he seems to do really good at interacting with other heels, and making it so that it's not that he wants to just destroy everybody. He just, he's here and he's really angsty. But anyway, moving on to the match, because Roman comes out not long afterwards, and the match begins. Obviously, Roman has nothing to say because it's Roman Reigns. You don't want to hear him talk. You just want to watch him fight. Yeah, that's all he needs to say.
That and I'm the big dog that runs the yard.
Yeah.
Woof, woof,
Woof
woof.
woof.
Cock fist, punch ground.
Yeah.
But I really liked the match. As always, I mean, you can hate Roman all you want, but you can't deny his skill. And you can't deny that he always puts on a good match. No matter who his opponent is. Sometimes they're not as good as they could be. But he always puts on a very entertaining match. And this one was really good. Elias had control for a lot of the match. And he pulled out a lot of moves I hadn't seen him do. Did you guys get to see his elbow drop on the video?
That was really cool.
That was beautiful.
More of that, please.
The height that he got off that, and I'm not really a fan of elbow drops where they start with the elbow up and then just jump off. But I really like, Shawn Michaels being my favorite wrestler. His elbow drop where he brings it up while he's in midair and it makes it look so good. I kind of got those vibes from Elias' elbow drop as well. I really liked seeing that. But yeah, in the end, Roman wins with the spear. He does get countered when he goes for his traditional setup, but then bounces off the ropes to get the spear not long afterwards. I wasn't disappointed. No. It was a really good match, and it put over Elias a lot.
Gives Elias a bit of a shine.
Yeah, he gave a really good rub to Elias.
And I also appreciate how they still use the Miz to rise, even though Miz wasn't there.
Mm-hmm.
So like remind them that Miz is not there.
Miz is not there, but his presence is still there, and it can still be felt. I guess.
And Curtis and Bo are hilarious.
Mm. Oh yeah, I really like them. But yeah,
really good comedy stooges.
Yeah. So yeah, I think as I said, that was my favourite segment from the show. So I'm not going to be as excited for everything else, but I'm pretty excited for the next one.
This was my thing.
Which we have been waiting for this since WrestleMania. If that doesn't trigger like a memory for everybody else, then maybe this will. But Matt Hardy, after his match with Bray Wyatt, he's sitting up in the corner there, and he's looking pretty beaten up. And then we see this. Yeah, he starts screaming. And then we see this all too familiar hand gesture. Delete.
Oh, I watched this match, and I was like, okay, match will lose. And I was kind of sitting there, kind of feeling kind of sad at the whole fucking thing, because I was looking at it. It's Matt Hardy versus Bray Wyatt. Talk to me maybe like 8 months ago, I would be like, this will be amazing. This could be the best thing going today. Yeah. And fast forward to now, it's just, Matt's got a job out.
The way they've been using Matt in recent months, especially after Jeff's been injured, he's pretty much been enhancement talent. Yep. And they've shown little teasers throughout the way of them going broken, or I guess in this case, woken.
I don't mind that.
They might be going just broken.
Yeah, because of the TNA legal stuff that just got released.
Yeah. But that being said, I do know that WWE does not seem to be.
Their own spin-off.
They like to have their own original stuff, even if it's a rework of something.
They like having copyright.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like TNA tried and backfired in minutes.
And from Matt's perspective, I also think that'd be a good move for him is to go more towards the woken stuff than the broken stuff, because the broken era was a historic time in wrestling. And I think this is the safe move, because while it's still a massive callback to that time, it is a different part of the gimmick now.
Yeah, I'm very, very excited. I'm hoping they let Matt have a lot of control over what to do, and because when he was in TNA, he was doing all the ideas himself and filming Jeremy Borash, I believe.
Yeah.
And I just hope that they don't put their guys in like the main control. But I hope Matt's telling them his ideas, and they're like, okay, let's talk what we can do.
Maybe we don't do this, we do this instead.
So, because out of all this, we've really only talked about Matt, but Bray, do you see this going forward with him?
I hope so.
As the antagonist of the feud?
I reckon Matt will be off TV for a couple of weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And they might shoot some backstage stuff.
I think they did one today. There was one released today that I saw.
I know Matt Hardy
But
posted on his own YouTube.
I didn't get to see it.
He posted on his own YouTube, which he used to do all the time back when he was broken.
Yeah.
It was just him in that same position in a ring, sitting down, and it was Senor Benjamin giving him back his old coat. And the title was "It Has Begun." So
well, look, I mean that pretty much confessed.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's really exciting, and you know, for anybody that doesn't know about the broken era of
you're in for
wrestling, you're in for a wild ride. But there's a Facebook page called Wrestling Memes. I know there's probably 50 million Facebook pages called Wrestling Memes, but there's one specific one that put up a really good montage of the broken era, and Matt even shared it on his Twitter, so you can go and find that. It's a really good catch
I
up.
hope Vanguard 1 comes back.
Yeah.
Some Beethoven Symphony.
I
Lake of Reincarnation.
I hope
Oh, beautiful.
I hope they just go further with it. Like, they've got a bigger budget, but they have to still keep like the visuals and lots of the stuff very like low budget and kind of like cheesy horror movie type stuff. But I hope like they have that, but they can also be like, hey, what do you think about this? And it's like, oh cool, broken Matt in a plane doing something weird.
Well, I wouldn't be opposed to them upping the production value, especially since though it is WWE, and now it's not Matt and Jeff making this themselves.
That was the charm.
Yeah, and while I really liked that charm, but you know they do have all of these resources now, and that's kind of something else that will differentiate this from the broken era, which is why another reason why I like that they may not be going with them being broken but woken instead. Because it is going to be different, and it is not going to be the same as the broken era. No matter what we all want, it is going to be a WWE version of it, which people are going to hate, but some people are going to love.
I was also hoping that, like, if they do keep some of the original content that he made with the Lake of Reincarnation, if they do have a match on the Hardy compound again, and if it's against Bray, and Gray goes into the lake by accident, and Mr. Ferrari engine, Husky Harris comes back out.
The Ferrari engine.
Well, you know,
I reckon they'll pop a lot of people.
He may even
bring back
Miz goes back.
Bring back Faux Hawk Miz.
Yeah, no, Faux Hawk and Fedora Miz, like
Chicken Magnet.
Yeah, the top. Like,
there's so many possibilities I can have.
Well,
Just a Lego reincarnation.
They didn't get to do the Sister Abigail stuff with Finn, but they definitely could do it with
I'm
Matt.
glad that didn't happen. Though.
Yeah, so am I.
That would have been a disgusting mess, and I'm not sure what to expect.
You're Finn and AJ, so it's fine.
Yeah, but you never know, they could bring it out again for that. You look like you had something to say.
If for some reason, which I hope they actually do this, they have the Woken Hardys versus the New Day. You can have Big E go back to 3.5, man, I need 5. You can have Xavier come back as his weird dancer gimmick that he first came in as. That was
we got through.
Yeah, it's kind of bad.
You always come back as
and Kofi can come
American
back as
apparel.
And Kofi can be Jamaican.
He can go back to his best year, 2009.
Man, please don't.
Oh, the fantasy booking is going crazy.
All right. So enough about that. Enough about our wet dreams of the Woken Hardys. We'll move on to the last segment of the night, which was a very long segment actually. Involved 2 matches in the one segment. It was Jason Jordan talking backstage to Kurt Angle to set this up, saying he wanted his rematch with Strowman, and that until his leg buckled last week, he was in there and he was doing well. Which, to be fair, he lifted Strowman up, and nobody has done that.
Nobody doubts how good JJ is in the ring.
No. That's never been his issue.
Just
he's just
Kurt Angle sucks.
Yeah.
In this day and age, it's kind of a weird story to try.
Especially as a face.
Yeah.
I feel like
be the entitled cocky son.
Yeah, I feel like if that's a character they are going to move him towards, I really like that because it gives him a lot of depth to that character, and he can just be a cunt in so many ways, which I think would be really good, especially considering how much of a purebred athlete he is. And just having that extra side of being an absolute wanker just really would elevate him to the next level. Pretty much like like CM Punk a bit. Like nobody doubted his skill in the ring, but he needed.
He was such a white meat baby.
Yeah, and he needed that bit of extra something to get him up there.
I would compare it more to Rock when he debuted. And
That's actually a lot better. Yeah.
How he was literally more or less as I'm my dad's son.
Yeah.
And then everyone was like, no, you suck.
Yeah.
Like the Rocky sucks chance, the die Rocky die. And then he changed from being Rocky Maivia to being I'm the Rock now. And the Nation of Domination.
So people need to start saying die, JJ die.
Or just not care about him, which seems to be what's
I think
happening.
they're already at that stage.
Yeah.
Well, maybe they need to just really project that they don't like him, and that's all he needs to change. But anyway, he's not actually the important part in this, which kind of sucks for JJ. But he gets destroyed by Kane. Kane throws him over. Pretty much like JJ does a wicked job at selling, though. He looked like he'd broken his knee. I thought
he is needless.
he is kneeless now. If he's not out for the next 2 weeks, that's shit booking because he sold that like death. He looked like he had just broken every part of his knee. And while Kane's sort of destroying JJ after the match because JJ gets counted out a second too late, rolls back into the ring, big mistake. Kane pounces on him, destroys him. Balor comes out, commercial break. Yeah. Great time for a commercial break.
It's so weird how they're booking Balor right now.
Yeah.
Well, they obviously don't want him. He's not over, so
yeah, he's not
but
over.
That's the thing is, he got a massive pop.
Yeah,
he got a huge pop to come out to.
It's sympathy.
Yeah,
because he's not over. Oh, this guy.
Oh, it's this guy. We better cheer for him.
Give him a hooray.
Yeah. Well, the Irish don't have much going for them, so.
Except Gingers.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Yeah, he is the best ginger girl.
But anyway, it makes sense in story because Kane destroyed Balor a couple of weeks ago, and Balor wants his revenge. The commentators talk about that. The action spills outside the ring. They're having a pretty good match up until then. Kane grabs a chair and proceeds to beat the shit out of Balor with it, causing DQ. So Kane's in 2 matches already. Wins the first one by count out, loses the second one by DQ. And now he's beating the fuck out of Balor with his chair. Smacks him over the back 3 times. Balor, again, like JJ, great sell. Looked like he was in so much fucking pain. Probably was, to be fair, because being hit... Chairs aren't soft.
Being hit from a chair by Kane.
By Kane.
That hurts.
Like, the mayor of Knoxville County brought that chair down like, fucking, we hope that he brings taxes down.
That's his next slogan. Have you seen like his like banner? There's like a little fire mark.
That's
it's
amazing.
Adorable.
That's so good. But anyway, then we hear probably the best sound on Raw. Man, I love that theme.
The best sound on Raw is anything Asuka does.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's true.
Which is actually, if we get a little bit of time later, I do want to talk about Asuka because that match was, that's about actually as long as the match was. But anyway,
as long as I care about Dana Brooke.
Yeah. Strowman comes out, makes the save, gets the chair, starts destroying Kane. They get out of the ring. He hits him with the steps. I love that Strowman's so fucking massive and strong because he just looks like the steps are just a toy to him. Gets the other steps out, pushes them into the ring, into the center of the ring in one push. Like, I was so... Fuck, this guy is something else. He's something else.
Big, strong boy.
Anyway, takes Kane into the ring and repeats what Kane did to him last week with the chair to the throat, slamming it down on the steps.
That sucked.
Kane sells it like death, and then Strowman does it again.
Ooh.
And Kane pretty much like dies out into the WWE universe and backstage as Braun's like standing on the second rope staring out at him and just being fucking awesome because he is.
Bloody Braun Strowman.
Yeah.
It gets better every week.
Yeah. So I really like where this feud has been going and the way they've been going about it because they haven't had a match yet, really.
No.
Like they've had
blown this over the Rumble, wouldn't they?
Yeah. They've had multiple beatdowns and stuff.
In the Rumble.
starting from
They've had a match. It was before Survivor Series.
yeah, but it didn't. It went to a no contest as far as I remember.
Yeah, because Braun was basically beating him up.
Yeah,
Like, I think that's kind of what they're not like explicitly saying like, oh yeah, this is kind of Kane's like revenge for that. But it's like, I'm guessing it's insinuated in some way, but like that makes sense because like Kane's a really old evil dude, and this new young strong boy
yeah.
beating him down. He's like, no, I'm gonna beat him with a chair. I'm
And
gonna destroy his throat
yeah, and
with a chair.
Kane's been touting himself as he is the only monster on Raw, and I think they've been.
But he's a machine.
He is a machine.
He's a big red machine.
He is the big red machine. But in previous time, he has been
the big red monster.
the big red monster as well. So
Not as scary.
No, definitely not. And with Strowman's feud with Big Show, a few months ago, it seems like their big guys are coming in to really give a bit of a rub to this new up and comer. And
There's no super big guy.
yeah,
So
and
Mark Henry's next after this.
well, maybe Strowman will take him to the Hall of Pain. But yeah, I really like what they've been doing with the feud. Like Strowman putting Kane through the ring was fucking awesome. They've pretty much just been like two monsters battling, and it kind of transcends a match as it's just a war between the two of them. I really like it. I really like the
Yeah, they keep trading who has the upper hand as well, so you don't know if there was a match.
Yeah.
Who would get the advantage?
Even though I tune in every week to watch Raw and SmackDown, this always makes me excited to watch it. Like there've been a lot of weeks where I haven't been excited to watch it, and I just watch it because I enjoy wrestling. But this makes me really keen to watch the shows.
Braun Strowman's a highlight every week.
Yep, sure is. Alright, so we might wrap that up and move on to SmackDown Live. I only got to watch this morning, so it's very fresh in my memory. The first match I want to talk about is the tag team match. Very quickly, because this, for me, was the most entertaining segment on the show. The Usos on commentary, and probably my favorite part of the night, Big E goes over to them, pulls down his straps, pulls out two plates stacked together with pancakes in the middle, gives it to the Usos. They're fucking loving it, by the way, as well. Like the friendship, the developed friendship after these two feuded and after their Hell in a Cell match, when the Usos gave their respect to the New Day, that has been awesome to see, because the Usos are still heels. They still hate everybody else.
With the New Day.
But they have so much respect for the New Day. And the New Day are still the baby faces, and they still dislike all the other heels, but they respect the Usos. And I really like the interactions that can come out of this.
I think it was kind of it's a weird choice having New Day win the match though.
Yeah.
Like, New Day don't need this win.
No.
Whereas World's Greatest Tag Team 2.0 kind of do.
World's Greatest American Alpha Tag Team.
World's Greatest American Team. They need the win because they're trying to come up. Whereas New Day are there. Like,
yeah, well, Benjamin and Gable have had some very impressive performances, and we all know how good Shelton Benjamin is.
yeah, but performances
The gold standard.
are good,
Yeah, performances
You
are
need
good, but
the
wins
wins.
are better.
Results.
Results are what matters.
especially when it looks like they're trying to set them up to like face the Usos, because you can't really do New Day versus the Usos still
Every
every
pay-per-view.
pay-per-view for the next.
Yeah, you need to have other teams to make their division fresh and exciting.
We've already killed one of them.
Yeah, so personally, like I agree with you. I don't like the way that they went. Like, I don't like that the New Day won this match. I mean, yeah,
It's
like
just
you
a
said,
strange booking.
it doesn't really do much for them
Yeah.
unless it's putting them back in the tag team title picture, which
I think it
again,
might also be them getting the win back from losing to the Shield
maybe,
on the pay-per-view.
yeah,
but then
they didn't
Doesn't seem
lose.
necessary.
They didn't lose anything from losing to the Shield.
You could just have the Usos who were running and
Yeah.
attack Shelton Benjamin.
Hmm.
yeah, or have I don't know. Don't have New Day versus Gable and Benjamin. Have New Day versus
Any of the other tag teams they have that
the
aren't,
Ascension. They exist.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they were trapped.
No, they're already on a segment.
They were trapped with. That's probably why they had a match. There was no one else.
Yeah.
They exist, but they don't exist.
One tag team doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
2 were trapped.
Yeah.
1 beat up the other tag team that doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
And these 2 were having a match.
And the Usos are on commentary.
Because Jimmy's injured.
Yeah, well, I mean, quickly, I guess, docking onto the other tag team match that was on SmackDown, which was Bludgeon Brothers versus
A
the
lot
Hype
better
Bros.
than last week.
Pretty much same match length, though.
Exactly the same, but the finisher looked 100% better because I think Zack Ryder actually took it properly.
Yeah.
Because Mojo took it awkwardly. Mojo took it really well.
I think it is such a bad finisher, though.
Yeah,
Did you see?
I
It
agree.
looked good. It looked better.
It looked good, but I still think it's a shit finisher because
Just give them the double choke slam.
yeah.
Like,
well,
they might as well be the Brothers of Destruction 2.0 because they basically are
yeah.
with worse gimmicks if that's somehow possible.
Leave my Luke Harper alone.
He looks like a Viking, but they're not calling him a Viking.
Yeah.
Just call him a Viking, I'd be happier. I actually would. If they came out like with the horns, like just be Vikings, it'd be cool.
Can Edge manage them? Now he's in Vikings.
Oh my god, that'd be
Oh
great.
my god, that'd be
And
great.
then get Edge back on TV, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah, in a feud against Zack Ryder, that'd be pretty funny.
Ooh.
But
Greg
actually,
Hawkins back to SmackDown.
I always knew you guys sucked as a tag team. So I'm gonna bring in a better tag team.
but
Vikings.
yeah, so the winner of the Andre Memorial Battle Royal, while he was relatively hot for a couple of weeks after that,
He's still
has
fucking hot. Fuck off.
kind of floundered for most of 2017, has now turned on his tag team partner.
He showed a
You know what-
lot of intensity. I liked it.
I liked it too.
He didn't show intensity. He was
Or
hot.
anger.
He was
Yeah,
hot.
I've always said I wanted him to turn heel and beat the hype into people.
Yeah.
You know why?
You ain't hype. I want to beat the hype into you.
You know why he beat up Zack Ryder?
What is it?
Because Zack Ryder ain't hype. He ain't hype.
Well, he in his interview post match, he didn't sound very hype. So yeah, I mean Mojo.
He used all his hype. He beat it back into his.
Yeah,
Zack
Mojo
Ryder.
was like, well, you ain't hype enough for me, man. Like,
Let me inject my hype into you.
There is no hype in this group. Must leave.
but first, I'm
But
going to
first-
take out my anger.
But they would beat down some bitch ass boy.
Yeah.
Zack Ryder, bitch ass boy.
So I'm
Luke
sure.
Harper?
I'm sure those two
Luke
will.
Harper is better than Zack Ryder.
Tell Luke Harper to stop being a shit Viking.
At least Luke Harper's winning matches.
That's
So
true.
Mojo.
Edge isn't winning matches.
Edge is the reigning forever, the last ever
King of Kings
King of
Kings.
Yeah.
and champion of champions.
And champions.
Yeah.
So, you know,
Shout out to that one guy that made that
Yeah.
one Reddit thread that was
Yeah.
entirely fucking pointless, but
and basically wasted a good portion of
his life and ours, but was worth us for us to make that one comment.
Yeah.
No, it didn't waste my life. It was under a minute reading it. I'm like, oh, cool.
Yeah, I didn't read all of it. I think that was the ending.
Oh, I feel bad for
I
reading
read,
all of
I,
it. now.
read a couple. I'm like, oh, cool.
Yeah, I feel like a dickhead for reading all of it now. But yeah, so hopefully we don't see a too long feud for Ryder and Mojo because I really want those guys to move on and do other stuff.
Yeah.
It feels like the Hype Bros it's ran its course and it was very
It
stale
ran its course in NXT.
in the last couple of months.
Yeah.
It
good
was
development.
okay on the main roster, but it has been very stale.
When they first debuted, I remember when Mojo debuted, because Ryder just lost a US title match against Rusev. Mojo came out to defend him, and Rusev was like, who the hell is this guy? He's like, why is he so spastic? Leave me alone.
This guy is too hard for me. I must leave.
I'm gonna go and screw my very hot wife.
All right, and the only other segment that I want to talk about from SmackDown was the closing segment, which was led to by the opening segment. Shane and Daniel come out. Shane says he's not really happy that Sammy and Kevin didn't get fired last week, but says he's going to bring Daniel out to explain what's happening. Daniel's like, well, I understand these guys are cunts, but I sympathise because I've been fired a couple of times, and I believe in second chances, and they're really good performers, so we're keeping them. But that doesn't mean that I'm happy about what they did. So
I'm still gonna punish them in-house.
Yeah, pretty much. They're going to keep them around.
You let them go out, you lose insane amount of talent.
Yeah, and while Shane did seem actually quite happy at that prospect as well, because Daniel was like, "Oh, well, they'll just go to Raw," and he's like, "Oh, wicked! That'll be my sister's problem then." I liked that from Shane because Shane's showing quite like a dedicated character to.
I don't like these guys at all.
Yeah, I don't like these guys. I want them to fuck off. And brand loyalty is real. Brand loyalty is now really important to me because the first thing he asked the crowd was, "I see you guys all bleed blue," and then he turned the brand loyalty thing around to hating on Kevin and Sammy. So I really like the way they're going with the bit of story continuality. The ending match, or the match that ended the night, was KO versus Randy Orton. No disqualifications, and Sami Zayn barred from ringside. What did you guys? Did you guys?
Always leads to him coming out.
Yeah. Of course. So what did you guys think of the match? Did you get a chance to watch
Randy with that long hair, man.
it? Yeah, seeing Randy with hair.
And like how we're doing evolution stuff, I'm just like, what year is it?
It's a bit shorter than that.
But still, it's very noticeable.
He doesn't look any older.
No. I want him to go back to like the mid-length hair with elbow pads and just looking like kind of a jobber. Yeah, that's the Randy I want. No, not the O Orton, not the big O.
Don't talk about the big O.
Yeah, it's Ricky Ortiz. Shouldn't say that.
But yeah,
can't disgrace our Lord and Savior.
I mean, honestly, it's just Ricky Ortiz is just a better Ultimate Warrior. Like 100%. Like compare the matches directly next to each other and promos. Ricky Ortiz is 1,000 times better. Like.
All right, look, I'm not going to argue with you on that one because I don't want to be here forever.
Yeah.
It's also impossible to win.
But yeah, the Kevin versus Randy was a very good, solid match. Typical Randy match with weapons for me.
I expected them to put on a good show, and they impressed me. Randy fulfilled his character, which Kevin set him up for earlier in the night, saying he's insane.
He's crazy.
He's fucking insane. Like, Randy Orton's character has pretty much moved to he's a fucking psychopath. That's it.
He's a snake.
Yeah.
It's a slippery snake now.
Man.
He's a slippery snake. They did a really good job teasing the RKO a lot of times. And I'm really glad that they didn't use it in the end.
Yeah.
Because Kevin got the win, I'm glad that he never got the chance to kick out of it or whatever, because, you know, that's how you keep finishes strong.
I'm surprised he got the win with the bull splash as well.
Yeah. Well, please don't call it that.
Nah,
it's the frog splash.
That's what Corey told me to call it.
No. That's Michael Cole's name. We don't say anything that Michael Cole has ever said.
Wasn't that JBL's name first?
Oh, like, God. I just remember Michael Cole saying it, and I remember never wanting to say it ever.
Yeah. Like,
he has a tattoo of a bull.
Yeah, it's a bullfrog because he's a big boy.
Yeah.
But it looked brutal as well.
Well,
it looked good.
Yeah, it looked real good.
They've set that move up to kind of be one of his finishes now because he used it on Vince. It's always looked amazing because he's a big fucking dude.
Got a big gut.
It's also
gonna be.
It doesn't look like it's going to be fun to sit there and take that.
Also, you got to crush your inside.
Yeah,
it's something he can do on bigger people as well. Like if for some reason Big Show goes to SmackDown, he can't exactly.
Or KO goes to Raw.
Yeah, he can't exactly get like those really those really huge guys up
for the pop-up powerbomb because that's not a. It's a real power move. Like it's an insane power move because you have to push them up. And while they do the jump, in kayfabe, you are pushing them right up and then slamming them down, and you're not going to be able to do that to those bigger guys.
Well, I guess a good way to get that as a new, this is a new feature you could put people away with, is to use it on Randy Orton.
Yeah.
Someone that established, someone that big of a name.
And also, like, he's not doing it in every match now. Like, he used to, there was a while where it's like, he just does a frog splash now, because he can.
Does he still do the moonsault?
I haven't seen him do a moonsault in a very long time. I also haven't seen him do the senton, or the swanton, in a really, really long time either. Obvious reasons why that one. But I haven't seen his moonsault in a very long time. I'm not disappointed because he's a heel, and I shouldn't be watching this fucking fat guy get up and do a fucking moonsault And that would make me pop. Like, he's a fucking heel. I'm supposed to hate this guy.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not. I'm always against heels doing top rope moves.
For being as likable as he is and having the WWE 365 special, which
It's very good over there.
yeah, I watched that too. Like he's good at being a heel. Like he's good at being a heel, but also like
He'll always be a heel.
also being like a personality.
Yeah.
Because there is a big difference between the two. Because yeah, like if you shit talk him, he'll shit talk your dad.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you treat
No.
him with respect, it'll be like, yeah, dude, great match. Cheers.
Yeah. No. Really, really good match. Good storytelling. I like that Sammy came out. Because I actually wasn't. To be fair, I actually really wasn't expecting it.
No.
Because they made a really big deal about him being barred from ringside. In hindsight,
that kind of makes you figure
that makes it seem like he's going to come out.
Yeah.
But I actually they really sold me on it, and I was like, all right, it's Kevin and Randy 1-on-1. Like, they've had so much Twitter beef and shit in forever that I thought this was going to be a really good match. It was as well, and I really liked the storytelling, and I hope that I'm really excited for next week's SmackDown.
Yeah.
And this makes me excited every week. Like, seeing Kevin and Sammy makes me excited every week for the next SmackDown. I love AJ as well, but being in a feud with Jinder is kind of not as elevating as it could be.
Yeah, he needs to finish that feud up and then feud with the next main event level talent that is Mojo Rawley.
Shut your fucking trap. If they do that,
So we're going to have Mojo versus Shinsuke Nakamura at WrestleMania then?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah, it's going to be like a 3-second match.
We didn't.
Yeah,
Well,
Shinsuke goes over, don't you even say it.
Run,
Don't
no.
even say
Well,
it.
Shinsuke immediately goes to the knee, just immediate schoolboy, and 3. That's it.
Alright, so I don't actually, there was nothing else that I really wanted to bring up. If you guys want, there's a couple other things we could talk about, but if it's all the same to you guys, we might as well move on.
Yeah.
I mean, really the only other interesting thing was AJ's literally squashing the Singh brothers.
And then Jinder doing the same.
Yeah, and then Jinder doing the same. That was a bit strange, so I'm interested actually to see what happens with that next week, which I haven't been for a Jinder segment in a very long time. But
Okay, but have been.
yeah, well, I liked it at the start because it was fresh, and while a lot of people were hating on it,
I like because it got the title of Randy, and I don't like it.
yeah, no,
I
that's
have,
fair.
I never will.
No, that's fair. But
It's just weird looking for it, like from the start. It was weird, but they saw it out. They didn't. They had lots of times where they could have just quickly been like, "Hey, we're just gonna get rid of this and hope you don't remember this happened." They're like, "No, we're gonna have him stick with the belt for like 6, 7,
a
months."
really long reign.
It's good for fun.
Yeah.
But
Totally natural.
I liked it because people genuinely fucking hated it.
Till about 5, 6.
Yeah. He held it for like a decent amount of time.
Yeah.
For
Him.
what effectively was a jobber.
Yeah, jobber to start him in 2 weeks.
I was very salty. I just thought it should have been Rusev.
Yeah, no,
Or anyone.
or anyone.
Nah, Rusev.
It should have been Mojo Rawley.
Nah, Rusev. Definitely not him.
Literally, they could have made anyone the champ when they made Jinder the champ, but they didn't.
Alright, well, we might wrap it up on that one because we could probably talk forever or bitch forever about that. So
I think everyone else already has. So.
yeah, so that's pretty much the wrap up of the major happenings in the Fed this week. If you are interested in any of those segments, go and chuck Raw or SmackDown a watch. They're pretty good shows this week, both of them.
Yeah,
I think
definitely enjoyed Raw.
overall,
SmackDown had some pretty good things.
overall, Raw maintaining the same quality that they have for pretty much the whole year. Definitely, I hate to say it because I bleed blue, but Raw's been the A show this year, but SmackDown is now like the A
They're
minus
building
show.
up to.
They're the
I
A
feel like
minus
SmackDown-
show now. They're not the B show.
I feel like SmackDown is building up to be the A show.
Yeah.
Later, early next year.
Yeah.
But yeah, you gotta build that.
So anyway, we might move on with your segment, Khali.
Alright, starting with the 20th of January 2003.
Going all the way back. Set the scene for us, please.
I
I was in grade 3.
was 8.
You're a grade 2.
Yeah. It was a weird time.
Playing Tony Hawk still?
No. I was 7. I turned 8 in a month. Yeah, when I turned 8, I did play Tony Hawk. You know, it was a good time in wrestling. It was the ruthless aggression era, so it was majorly dominated. Like Raw was majorly dominated by Triple H.
This was his first title. No, this was his second World Heavyweight title reign. As in, like, the World Heavyweight Championship, not the WWE as well.
I think this is the second?
Because I know he held...
When he beat Goldberg?
No.
I don't remember.
No, I think this was after he beat Shawn for it. Or,
Yeah, maybe.
Because Shawn...
Shawn's back.
Shawn was... Yeah.
Yeah.
From memory, and I may
It
not...
was SummerSlam 02, Shawn won, so...
Yeah, that was it.
You definitely, you're correct.
No, I don't think it was SummerSlam. It was in the Elimination Chamber, and that wasn't at SummerSlam.
No, it was
It wasn't Survivor Series either. It was a big...
Oh no, because SummerSlam was their no holds barred match.
Yeah.
It would have been
Year's Revolution?
No, it was in... I think it was either October, November era. I can't remember
Around
what pay-per-view it was.
Survivor
Anyway, that's not important. But Triple H being the dominant force on Raw.
Just like this is kind of the time period or the era where people shit on, like, this is people look back and like, oh yeah, Triple H has buried everyone because Triple H is Triple H. But when you think, like, when you actually look at it, it's like, yeah, Triple H did that, but also, like, he didn't bury people. Like, he might
his ass kicked.
Yeah, he might win, but he'll get beaten up. Like, this show, like, this episode of Raw is immediately after, it's the day after Royal Rumble 2003, which
Redacted one?
won the 2003 Royal Rumble. It's really hard to find.
Yeah, I can't
Triple H and Scott Steiner won. They had a fairly physical match. I don't know if it's the one where
They talked about sledgehammers in their promo on this Raw.
Yeah.
So I believe it was no holds barred.
No, it was a normal match.
Oh.
Triple H was, like, kind of being Triple H, but Scott Steiner was beating him because, you know, Scott
Big
Steiner,
Papa Pump.
yeah, he's a big bad booty daddy.
Yeah.
He's just, you know, suplexing him, throwing him from pillar to post, and then Ric Flair tries to interfere with the sledgehammer. Scott's like, I'm gonna kill you, because Scott Steiner.
Yeah.
Why else wouldn't he? Chased around the ring. Ref kicks out Rick, and then just ends up hitting Triple H with a sledgehammer. I don't remember why, but he did it, and Triple H is looking really rough at the start of this show. Like,
Yeah. I don't know whether... I think they did a really good job with the makeup.
I think it's makeup.
But that black eye looked really good.
He's got some huge bruises.
Looked a lot better than Shane's after the Taker match.
Yeah.
That was awful.
Yeah, no, these were like good makeup people.
I should rehire them.
Yeah. Comes out and just starts shit talking Big Papa Pump. Just like, yeah, I beat you.
Yeah.
I was beating you so hard we had to resort to using a sledgehammer on you. When he's the one that introduced the sledgehammer because it's his weapon.
What a good job
He also, this time period, comes out with Ric Flair as his manager.
Yeah.
Probably one of the most iconic duos.
Yeah, no, and that's the thing. Like, people always, when you think of Triple H, you always think of Evolution or DX and his time with Shawn. But seriously, like, that time in between where he was with Ric Flair was probably some of the stuff that really built Triple H to be that big force.
It's basically a year before this. Like, they kind of, like, Ric Flair started managing Triple H, and then they just kept going with it. And it's pretty obvious Triple H, I think, had quite a lot of creative control with it. But he knew what he wanted to get out of the angle, and he knew how to actually work it to that point, and he got there.
Yeah. So we hear sirens after this, and Big Papa Pump comes out.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Cesaro's dad comes out.
Fuck, he's a beautiful.
Big Ripples.
Yeah.
Very daddy.
Comes out, the drib's taped up because it was an incredibly physical match, and he's not looking 100% either.
But they're both selling really well.
Yeah.
In their match the last night.
Scott Steiner wants a rematch for the title because he mentions
Well,
like,
course.
oh yeah, I was beating you, and then it was basically the same as Triple H said, like, oh, I was beating you, and then he put a sledgehammer in the ring.
You had him beaten, so
Yeah.
you had to bring in a foreign object.
And Triple H is like, I have a doctor's note that says I'm not medically cleared to wrestle. Like, such a fucking heel. Like,
The crowd fucking hates that as well.
It's
pussy.
great.
Yeah.
And then Ric Flair's like, you can fight my friend Batista. You might know him from SmackDown, where he was kind of shit.
Oh, don't shit on
Rick does.
Batista.
Rick doesn't say that, but Khali
fine.
says that.
He was kind of shit, let's be honest. And then Batista's walking to the ringside, wearing weirdly just like slacks and kind of this like burgundy jumper.
Yeah,
It's
and
pretty tight. It's a weird look.
I forgot he rocked that line goatee as
Oh.
well. And that thing is jet black. Like, that looks
He does
it
that.
was like it's been
100%.
like market on.
Yeah, it looks like somebody's like gotten to him with a permo while he's been asleep.
No, like him and Scott Steiner have like the same facial hair. So Scott Steiner has the white bits around it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
That's,
I love that so bad. But Triple H and Ric Flair used Batista walking to the ring as a distraction to try and beat up Scott. And Scott Steiner's like, no, Ric Flair, look at yourself. You're like 100 kilos. I'm gonna snap you.
Yeah, look at Scott Steiner.
Like, I'm pretty sure Ric Flair chops him and just like Scott just looks at him and then throws a punch.
He just no-sells it.
Yeah, Triple H, does the same. But then Scott throws him to the outside. And that sets up Scott Steiner versus Batista later in the night. And they hold back Batista and walk to the back.
Because that's what good heels do.
Gotta contain the animal before you release it.
Yeah. He has weird music.
I like it though.
It's the same as his
It's
like
eerily similar to his most famous theme song.
Yeah.
It's just instrumental, like
Yeah.
a heavier instrumental of it.
yeah. It's interesting. I
I
like it.
really like it.
And then fast forward
To the match.
where Batista comes out with Ric Flair as his manager, not Triple H. Triple H is nowhere to be seen, which is weird because you'd think Triple H would be there.
But also not weird because Triple H is not medically cleared to compete. And as a heel, you'd think he'd be off nursing his injuries.
I think
not putting himself in harm's way.
I would have thought he'd be on commentary so he could continue his verbal assault on Scott Steiner. But it still works out.
Yeah.
And then, big Papa Pump, Scott Steiner comes out to a fairly decent pop for someone that is just a big dude that throws people.
Where's chain link?
Has a weird chain link.
I love it. Nobody does weird shit like that anymore. Like, it makes him, well, excuse the pun, but it makes him look metal as fuck.
And it comes out to police sirens because
Why the fuck not?
He's
No,
not-
they're ambulance sirens because once he's finished with you, that's what you'll be hearing.
oh yeah, that's right, because he's WCW on the police ones because
Yeah.
he was crazy, and you got to shoot the crazy person that comes around with a pipe. He just had a metal pipe he just carried with him to the ring.
Yeah.
It's like Scott
For every
don't.
match as
Who
well.
is breaking his dick?
No, with his freaks. The only two things Scott Steiner cares about are his freaks and his peaks. Peaks being the peaks of his bicep.
Thank you for the explanation.
Well, don't when you think he cares about peaks and mountains.
No, of course not.
I mean,
No, that's
close.
JBL.
They're close.
They're pretty much close. The two Mount Steiners.
Get JBL to climb his peaks.
Alright, that got a bit weird.
Yeah.
JBL climbs mountains, dude. Scott Steiner's a mountain.
Scott Steiner is he's taken control. He's just like making Batista's beach
Running roughshod all over him.
up until a young Randy Orton wearing some weird fucking shirt comes in the ring.
Like a half casual business wear.
Yeah, just looking weird.
Casual Randy.
Yeah. Looking
And-
quite similar to how he does today,
Yeah,
but with a little bit more hair.
bit darker as well.
Yeah.
Like the hair, not his skin color, and low tattoos.
Actually, yeah, less tanned.
No
Yeah.
skulls.
No skulls.
No
Well, you can't
skulls.
see them under his shirt.
But he comes in and attacks Scott all because they had a segment earlier where Scott Steiner disrespected Randy a little bit backstage. Not a lot, just kind of like, hey, kid, don't get hurt
Yeah.
because you're a kid. You know, stuff like that.
Pretty much treating him like a rookie.
Don't get your shoulder
'Cause he
again.
was.
Because because he was.
And then Ric Flair also comes in to try and beat down Scott Steiner.
Yeah.
But Scott Steiner is just, he's too big. So he's not a man, he's a freak.
He is
It's
freak.
Freakzilla. He's just throwing him around until Triple H comes in. And they just beat him.
And it's a 4-man beatdown.
So, like, it's merciless. Like, they beat him. Scott Steiner gets colour, like, gets busted open from just punches. It makes you realise how unnecessary blood is.
Yeah.
This very weird point in time, because this guy just punched him like 10 times, and he's now bleeding.
Yeah, well, it kind of speaks to how overused blood was during this era, because just coming out of the Attitude Era, like a few years previously, where blood and color was a big thing, and often like every high-profile match, if it had weapons involved or if it was a really, really personal feud, you would see a lot of color because that's the way that wrestling was in that time. And coming into this as well, like blood didn't mean as much as it does today.
Nowadays, when you're not allowed to bleed,
Well, nowadays, if somebody's bleeding, that's a massive deal.
it's not from bleeding. It's
See
hard way.
Randy Orton and Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam.
See Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns at Mania.
See
Samoa Joe, Finn Balor.
see Vince McMahon and Kevin Owens on SmackDown a
That
few weeks ago. Stuff like that. Like blood really means a lot nowadays, but not so much in this day.
Yeah. So, they just beat him up for a couple of minutes and then all stand in the ring while Triple H music plays because they didn't have Evolution, the line in the sand by Motorhead yet.
Yeah.
And they're all just raising their hands and looking at each other. And they didn't have the name Evolution till the next week.
Yeah.
But it's where it started.
Yeah. So
Biggest fact in the wrestling history.
started with beating down Big Papa Pump.
Started with, Scott Steiner.
Mm.
Scott Steiner's the reason Evolution was so good.
Scott
They had
Steiner
to form to beat Scott Steiner.
is the
It's
reason.
true.
He's the reason that wrestling is like it is today.
Exactly.
We love you, Scott Steiner, but also fuck you, Scott Steiner.
No, I love you, Scott Steiner. I want to go to your restaurant.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I
I want to get drunk with you.
So I guess that pretty much covers the inception
Yep.
of Evolution.
First night of Evolution.
Yeah. So next week, what kind of stuff did you want to cover on that?
I
You want to
was,
talk about that?
I was going to go with a bit more of maybe go a bit further along to a peak
Yeah.
they had. Like,
Well, what was their what happened after that? Like, because it was after the Royal Rumble, that's the first step on the road to Mania, as they like to remind us every year.
yeah.
And then during that period, say it every chance they get. What was their WrestleMania like that year, and what sort of happened after the initial inception?
Well, at No Way Out, which is the in-between point of Royal Rumble and Mania,
Yeah.
Triple H beat Scott Steiner again. I think it was pretty clean.
Mm.
I don't think it was clean. It was pretty easy though. And then at Mania, it was
It was
the triple threat.
19, wasn't it?
No, 21.
Was it 21?
Yeah.
Yes.
It was.
No, it was 20 because Eddie won the title as well.
Yeah, it's 20. It was Triple
In
H.
2003.
Yeah, it was 2000. It was 20.
Because I thought Crispin won the 2004 Royal Rumble.
I won 2003.
Oh, was it 2003?
4 was Brock Lesnar, I think.
Yes. No, you're
Yeah.
correct.
Yeah. So this Mania is Triple H versus Shawn Michaels versus Chris Benoit.
Yeah.
Redacted. In which Redacted wins. And then
And you had Evolution versus The Rock and Stock Connection, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
It was Batista and Randy Orton, who was at that point in time was known as the Legend Killer.
Probably his best.
Some of his best work,
story.
yeah.
The start of it was so good, where he was just beating down legends. And then it got weird where he was like, yeah, I slapped this one, so I killed him. It's like, no, you just slapped a dude. Like,
Led to some really good matches. But anyway, that's stuff we'll cover later. So thank you for that. Good start to as you said, one of the most famous factions in wrestling.
I'm keen to hear more, but no.
Yeah, and I'm keen to watch some more of this stuff as we go along.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
We weren't watching around this stage, so it's pretty cool to look back and actually discover what they were going.
And watch it in chronological order as well. Because like I said, we weren't watching in this era, so it really sort of brings us back into it. I think we might wrap it up there then.
Yeah.
Thank you guys all for listening. If you've listened this far, we're very impressed with you, and we love you guys so much for that.
Yes. Follow us on Facebook and SoundCloud.
Yeah, like our page on Facebook, 3 Mark Boys. Our handle on SoundCloud is 3 Mark Boys Talk Wrestling, and it's the same on Facebook. So you can find us there. Enjoy our Rush logo, and
I love the logo.
I like it. I decided on the colours from the Survivor Series men's match. Red for Raw, blue for SmackDown, and green for John Cena.
I love Team Cena. That's my favourite Survivor Series.
Yeah, he was on his own, definitely. But yeah, anyway, thank you guys for tuning in and listening, and we'll be back next week. We'll again cover the Indies, WWE, and the next stage of the evolution of evolution.
Waiting for that, obviously. He's not going to say like, he's going to make a pun.
I couldn't go past it. Alright, so thank you again. I've been Max.
I've been Khali.
I've been Brock.
And we hope you tune in again next week.